Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought that I would film a video that has been very highly requested. A lot of people have been commenting saying that they want to see a video about how I make my thumbnails, so I figured it would be a perfect opportunity to show you how I do it. I do use some Adobe programs, but you can definitely do this using free programs. I will have the program names and everything listed in the description box below, and if you want, I can also write a blog post about it. I really do love taking pictures and editing them and then making thumbnails. I'm a big fan of design. If you look at my blog at all, you will see that I create a custom thumbnail every time I have a new blog post. I have a really fun time doing it, and I've also taught myself, so I know all of the ins and outs of these programs. If you have any specific questions after watching this video, then don't hesitate to comment down below. And the things that I do are super basic and super simple, but they do turn out pretty well all the time. So these are definitely fail-proof. Anyone can learn how to do them, and it's super simple. Thumbnails that I'm showing you how to do are for YouTube. There are different size requirements for different platforms and everything. So for YouTube, I use the regular basic media video size, but they also have presets for your phone, for Vimeo, for Instagram, things of that nature. For my blog, I do a 9x9 square because my photos are square on my blog. So just make sure that you look at what the requirements are for whatever media that you're going to post this on. So let's get right into the video. So here I am using my monitor. I love using this because it's much easier to see and work with my images. I'm also using a magic mouse to give me more control. I edit most of my photos on Adobe LightRoom. I absolutely love this program, and I find it extremely helpful and efficient when going through a bunch of photos. If I just want to quickly edit a photo on the go or on my phone, I will just go ahead and use VS Code. When I have my photos ready to edit, I will open them in Lightroom and use some of my saved presets. Some of them I have made and some of them I have bought. I will go through all the photos, deleting what I don't want. As you can see, the photo is changing, so I'm putting different presets on these ones. So it gets more yellow, gets more blue, things like that. I just really like playing around with the different colors and hues of the photos. Once I have saved all of the photos from Lightroom, I am ready to make my actual thumbnail. I will open Photoshop, and they have a bunch of presets, as you can see, and I also have some saved sizes that I use. For this, I'm going to be using a standard 1920 by 1080 size for a YouTube thumbnail. Once I have the size I need, I will go through and find the photo I want to use. So here I'm just going through my Finder and my folders and looking for the photos I just edited. So these photos are from my recent smoothie bowl recipe video. So I'm just going to look for these and find the finished product ones that I already edited. So now I'm just going to drag that into the template that we made, and I'm just going to resize it by holding down Shift and dragging a corner. This particular template gives you guides, but I don't think that they're very helpful, so I just remove those by doing that. And then I'm just going to add some text. So I just typed smoothie bowl, and I'm just going to move it around and resize it as I did the photo by dragging a corner and holding down Shift. And then I'm going to type recipes, but I'm going to use a different font. The first font is called Simplicity, for those of you who asked. And then I'm just going to resize recipes as well. And there are little guides at the top of Photoshop that you can use to center and left hand and right hand align. So I find those super helpful as well. Sometimes I like to add little doodles or little drawings to my thumbnail, so I'm just dragging in these 3 little drawn hearts. So here I'm just going to do another example. I'm just going to make up a video that I'm making for this one. So I'm just going to go through all of my photos that I have already edited with Adobe LightRoom. And once I find one that I like, I'm just going to drag it into the template again, and then drag a corner holding down Shift to make sure that it stays the rectangle. And then just going to make it fit to size and center it how I want. And now I'm just going to add some text. I changed the font, and then I'm just going to type my trip to Colorado. And as you can see, I like to use about 2 different fonts for my thumbnails. I think it makes it more interesting. And I have a certain style of fonts that I like, so I like the thick bolded fonts and then more cursive fonts as well. And here you can see I'm making a guide right in the middle so I can center my text easily. And I just did that by making a guide 50% of the whole picture. So I find that to be super helpful, and you can also make one 50% horizontally as well. And now I'm just going to select both lines of text and I'm going to resize it so it fits the picture better and so you can see it a little bit better as well. And that's pretty much all that I do, and sometimes I like to layer two different texts, so I'll show you how to do that so you can make it more of a 3D effect with a different color. So as you saw, I just took that layer or that text and I duplicated it, and then I'm just going to go to the color wheel and I'm choosing a little peach color that I'm taking from the lens of my glasses to tie it all together. And then I just layer them right next to each other, and then I'll take the move tool and I will slightly use my arrow keys to just barely move the top layer to create that shadow effect. I'm going to be doing that same exact technique with the smoothie bowl text. So again, I'm just duplicating the smoothie bowl text and then picking a color. I chose a dark purpley pink color, and then I'm just going to use my arrow keys to adjust the top layer, and it turns out super cool. I really like using that technique, and it pretty much works on all different types of text. So here I'm just going to be using another technique called a drop shadow. It works really well on all different types of text, especially if it's on a darker shadowy background like this bowl. So as you can see, as I adjust the opacity of this drop shadow, it adjusts how dark it is around the words and letters. So I really like using that, and as you can see, it definitely helped it pop a little bit more. So when I have completely finished a thumbnail and I'm ready to export, I will just rename it something and I will save it as a JPEG. It's really important that you save it as a JPEG or a PNG so it's able to be used by YouTube or whatever platform that you're using. Once you save it as a JPEG, it'll give you this option to adjust the quality. I have to make it at least a 10 because I like how crisp it is, but usually it's a 12. And I definitely recommend making it a higher number. And then once you save it, you'll find it in your Finder, and then you can upload it to YouTube, Vimeo, a blog, anything that you're making this for, and it'll turn out like that. So as you can see, this is what my channel looks like. These are all the videos I have uploaded, and I have a lot of different videos, so you can always use this as inspiration or anything to get any ideas. And I have a bunch of fonts that I use, so if there's anything in particular that you want to see, just leave me a comment down below, or if you have any questions about where I download my fonts or anything. Most of my fonts are downloaded for free from dafont.com. They have so many different ones, and I highly recommend checking them out. They have calligraphy, they have bold fonts, everything that you could really need. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you want to see any more behind the scenes, camera equipment, how I edit my videos, anything like that, make sure to leave me a comment down below and maybe I can get on that. I do really like filming behind the scenes videos and seeing exactly what goes into how I produce my content. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.